our YouTube channel VARMA'S EUREKA Experts. Through our channel, we discuss some grammar topics. Today, we discuss the basic structures of a sentence. Right? We know what a sentence is. Many times we revised. Let's once again revise what a sentence is. A group of words that gives a complete meaning, a complete idea, or a complete thought to a reader or a listener is called a sentence. Right? A group of words that gives a complete idea, a complete meaning to the reader or the listener is called a sentence. So a sentence should have a verb. Main part of a sentence should be a verb. Without a verb, we cannot frame a sentence. Without a verb, we cannot frame a sentence. See, let us try. Take a minute and try whether we can make a sentence without a verb. Right? Very good. So we cannot make a sentence. We cannot make a sentence without a verb. What is the shortest sentence in English? Right? Yes, it is a go. Right? A go or a run. Right? A move. It is the shortest because it is an imperative sentence. Right? It is an imperative sentence. See here, an imperative sentence. For an imperative sentence, the subject is the listener. Subject is listener. That here you is implied. You is understood. You is understood. You go. Go means you go. Go. Run. Move. Right? Whatever we tell the listener, right? Whatever we tell the listener, right? That is an imperative sentence. That is an imperative sentence. Clear? So it is the shortest sentence in English. It is the shortest. An imperative sentence is the shortest sentence in English because go is a verb, right? Or run is a verb, or move is a verb. They give a complete idea. It is an independent class. You can say it is an independent class. It stands by itself to give a meaning. So an imperative sentence is the shortest sentence in English. Right? So the other basic structures of a sentence. Let us just revise the other basic structures of a sentence in English. Let us revise the other basic structures. See, to frame a sentence, we need some components. We need some elements. So what are these? So subject, a verb, an object, right? A complement, and adverbial. So we need a subject, verb, object, complement, and adverbial to frame some basic structures of a sentence. Some basic sentences. Some basic structures with all these elements, with all these components. Clear? So what is a subject? What is a subject? A subject may be a person or a thing that is being discussed in a sentence. What is a subject? It may be a person or a thing that is being discussed or it is described, that is being described in a sentence. Right? So verb. What is a verb? A verb, right, that expresses an action, a state of being is a verb. Also, it also expresses the position. Right? Very good. Next, object. What is an object? It is a receiver of the action. What is an object? It is the receiver of the action. It receives the action. Right? A complement. What is a complement? A word or phrase that gives information about the sentence. About the sentence. Right? About, it may give information about the subject or object or a verb. Right? A complement that gives more information about the subject, object, or the verb. Which means it completes the meaning of a given expression. Which means it completes, right? It completes the meaning of an expression, a given expression. So adverbial. So what is an adverbial? It is a phrase. which functions as an adverb. Which functions as an adverb. What is an adverb? A verb, right? A word that modifies the verb. How the work is done, when the work is done, where the work is done, right? So why the work is done. So the word that modifies an action, right? That is an adverb. Here, adverbial means a phrase that functions as an adverb. A phrase that functions as an adverb. Here, we have different adverbial phrases. We'll take that in another video, right? In another session. So, let us take the basic structures of a sentence. So far, we have discussed the elements what we need to frame a sentence, to construct a sentence, right? So these are all the elements to frame a sentence, right? Once again we shall revise: subject, verb, object, complement and adverbial, right? These are all needed to construct a sentence. These are all needed elements to construct a sentence. Now, let us see a few basic structures of a sentence. Let us see a few basic structures of a sentence. See here. Subject, verb. Subject, verb. Mostly it is an intransitive verb. That doesn't need an object. It stands by itself to give a complete idea. Right? Next, subject, verb, subject complement. Subject, verb, a subject complement. Next, subject, verb, direct object. Next, subject, verb, indirect object plus a direct object. Next, subject, verb, direct object plus object complement. Next, subject, verb and adverbial. Right? Adverbial means a verb complement. Right? These are the basic structures of a sentence. These are the basic structures of a sentence. Very good. So, why we should learn these basic structures? What is the need of all these basic structures? To understand the meaning of a sentence, right? In a better way, we must know the basic structures of a sentence. To understand the meaning of a sentence very properly, we should know the basic structures of a sentence, right? To read a comprehension, to write a comprehension, right? Meaningfully, to create an interest in the readers, right? We must know the structures of a sentence. Let us come back. So let us take a few examples of all these structures, right? The first one, subject and verb. Here, subject is followed by intransitive verb. So it gives a complete idea without any other element, any other word. Let us see a few examples. Birds fly. Birds is a subject, fly is a verb. Birds fly, right? These two words of a sentence give a complete idea because it's a natural. Subject is there and verb is there, and it is a natural that birds always fly. Clear? So it gives a complete idea. Next, the moon is shining. The moon is shining. The moon subject is shining verb, and this sentence gives a complete idea, complete meaning with a combination of subject and a verb. Right? Let us take few examples of another structure: subject, verb, subject complement. See, what is a subject complement? It is a word, right? A noun or a pronoun or an adjective that adds meaning to the subject, that renames the subject, right? That completes the meaning of the subject, what the subject is. For example, Ravi becomes a soldier. So, Who is Ravi? Is a soldier. It gives information about the subject, the complement, right? A noun gives information about the subject. Gives information about the subject. It completes the meaning of the subject. Another example, right? Gopal looks sad. How does Gopal look? He looks sad. So Gopal is sad. Gopal is sad. Gopal is sad. It completes the meaning of the sentence. It completes the meaning of the subject. How Gopal looks. Alright? So another sentence. This book is mine. This book is mine. So this book subject is a verb, mine is a pronoun. It acts as a complement, right? And it adds the meaning to this book and completes the meaning of the sentence. Completes the meaning of the subject, right? Here the words what we added here, a soldier, a sad, a mine, noun, an adjective, a pronoun, they are subject complements. They are subject complements. Gives the complete idea of the sentence. Gives the complete idea of the sentence. Next, let us take another structure, subject, verb, direct object. Another structure, right? Subject, verb, direct object. So what is a direct object? That always follows a verb, a transitive verb. It receives the action of a transitive verb. We call it a direct object. It directly receives action of a transitive verb. For example, Jane kicked the ball. What did Jane do? He kicked the ball. What did he kick? The ball. What did he kick? The ball. The word that directly receives the action of the verb is called a direct object. Right? Another structure. Let us take another structure. Subject, right? Verb, indirect object, and direct object. Indirect object plus direct object. Let us take the structure of another combination, right? Subject, verb, indirect object, and direct object. See some example. Vishal gave me a pen. So here we have two objects. How do you identify them? So asking the question, asking the verb, questioning the verb with what you receive, you get the direct object. Asking the verb for what, for whom, you get the indirect object. See here, Vishal gave me a pen. What did Vishal give? A pen. This is a direct object. To whom did he give? To me. Right? Though it is an indirect object. What is an indirect object? An object that receives the direct object, that gets the direct object, is indirect object. Is indirect object. So these are the structures of a direct object. Some examples of direct object and the combination of indirect object plus a direct object. Let us take another structure. Let us take a few examples of another structure, right? That is subject, verb, direct object plus object complement. Object complement. What is an object complement? Right? It is an adjective or a noun phrase that describes the object, that describes the direct object. For example, we found the truck empty. Right? Let us see here. We, subject, found, verb, the trunk, object, and empty, that adds the meaning. Right? that completes the meaning of a trunk. So we call it object complement. So we call it object complement. It adds a meaning. It renames. It is empty. Trunk is empty. It renames or it describes the direct object, a word, an adjective, or a noun phrase that describes or renames the direct object. The direct object is called object complement. Is called object complement. Sorry. Next one. Let us take another structure. Subject, verb, adverbial. Sixth one, a subject, verb, and adverbial. So what is an adverbial? So a phrase that functions as an adverb is called adverbial. Nothing to worry, right? A phrase that functions as an adverb. What is an adverb? Word that modifies a verb, right? It talks about the action, when that action took place, right? When that action or where that action took place, why that action took place, how that action took place. So like that, adverbial phrase functions as an adverb. Let us see a few examples. He came to my village right, to find me. Why did he come to my village? To find me. So, to find me in as an adverbial. It completes the meaning of an action coming. Why did he come? To find me. Why did he come to my village? To find me. Right? We call it adverbial. Another example. She walks with a limp. She walks with a limp. Or does she walk with a limp? This is a phrase that functions as an adverb. This is the phrase functions as an adverb. We call it adverbial. Right? So it is an infinitive phrase and it is a prepositional phrase. Alright? An adverbial can be an infinitive phrase or a prepositional phrase that modifies the action, that gives some information about the action and completes the meaning of the sentence. Completes the meaning of the sentence. My dear, these are the basic structures. These are the basic structures, right? That we must learn properly to better understand, whatever we read, right, in a better way, okay. It is all about a few basic structures of a sentence. Thank you all for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel VARMA'S EUREKA Experts. Thank you all.